All right. Excuse me. We're in section 7.6 where we're going to use percent applications. So as it's read, we have seen percents and are used everywhere. There are a few common situations that we should be very comfortable with in solving these. All these situations, you will use one of the two equations we learned from section 7.5. That is the new amount equals 100% plus the percent increase times the original, or the new amount if it's a decrease and it's 100% minus. So it's either going to be a plus or minus multiplied by the original. And some of these, we've categorized them into specific categories. So the first one here is finding the retail. If we're going to find a retail price, we're going to take that 1, which is 100%, and then we're going to add it to the markup percent, which is a decimal, and we're going to multiply it by the wholesale price. So in this example about finding a retail price, we need to find the retail price of a collectible figure with a wholesale cost of $12 that is marked up 75%. So looking at this equation here, I'm telling you to find the retail price. It's going to equal 1 plus the markup percent, which happens to be, 75%, and that's 0.75 as a decimal, and then that gets multiplied by the original price, or the wholesale price, which is $12. And when we add 1 plus 0.75, that gives me 1.75. I multiply that by 12. That gives me $21. That's how much it'll be for a retail price. The next thing we're going to talk about is about finding a sale price. Sale price is you're going to take 1, which is 100%, minus it by the discount percent, which is a decimal, and we're going to multiply it by the original value. So if Mason buys a suit that is on sale for 20% off the original price of $180, what is the sale price? So again, we're going to take 1 minus the sale price, which is 0.2, which that is the decimal equivalence to 20%, and then that gets multiplied by the original, which is $180. So 1 minus 0.2 gives me 0.8. Multiply that by 180. That gives me $144. Okay? Next thing is using sales tax and tips. So here it says 1 plus the sales tax as a decimal in percent plus the tip as a decimal in the percent multiplied with the food bill. So it says the bill for a family meal at a restaurant is $68. They leave a 15% tip and the sales tax is 6%. What does it cost the meal? So here I'm going to go 1 plus the sales tax happens to be 6%. So the decimal is going to be 0.06 plus the tip, which is 0.15, and then this gets multiplied by the original bill, which is $68. So if I add all of this together, I get 1.21, and then that gets multiplied by 68. Multiply those together, and I get $82 and 28 cents. Okay. Now, sometimes you have to use two of those situations in order to get your answer, similar to this example. It says a ski shop is having a sale on skis. You want to buy a pair of skis that were originally $135. The sales tax is 5.5% and it'll be applied to the sales price of the skis. What is the total cost of the skis? Now in class I said let's say that the sale is 35% off, because it doesn't say that in the problem, but I'm going to make it 35% off. So the sales tax doesn't get applied until we find the sales price. because it gets applied to the sales price. So first thing we have to do is find what that sales price actually is. So when we go up to look at the beginning of our notes, we have a finding a sales price, which is 1 minus the discount multiplied by the original. So let's do that. It's going to be 1 minus 35%, which is 0.35, and it gets multiplied by 135. So 1 minus 0.35 gives me 0.65. Multiply that by 135, and I get $87.75. But we have to now tack on that 5.5% sales tax to the sales price. So now I have to go back and talk about sales tax. So this is going to be 1 plus 0.055, and then we're not dealing with tips, so we just have that, and then that gets multiplied by the sales price of 87.75. So 1 plus 0.055 gives me 1.055. Multiply that by 87.75, and I get 92.57625. And if I were to round that, it's going to be $92.58. Okay? So let's take a look at this one. It says a laptop computer is on sale for 10% off the original price of $1,500. It says when it doesn't sell, the laptop goes on sale for 15% off the sales price. What is the new price of the laptop? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have to do sales price twice, because first off we need to find what 10% off of 1500 is, and then we have to take 15% off of that sales price to find the new price of our laptop. So since it's sales price, it's going to be 1 minus the decimal of 10%, which is 0.1, and then it gets multiplied by 1500. So 1 minus 0.1 gives me 0.9. Multiply that by 1500. This gives me 1350. So the first sale is $1,350. But when it doesn't sell, it's going to go off 15% of this price, the sale price. So now I have to go 1 minus 0.15, which is the decimal equivalence to 15%. And then this gets multiplied by 1350. So 1 minus 0.15 gives me 0.85. Multiply that by 1350. And the new price now is going to be $1,147.50. Okay? Next one. It says a dress shop marks up the wholesale price of a prom dress by 115%. The retail price is $180. What is the sales price of the dress? So this markup here, they're telling you that it's marked up by 115%. So basically when you look at the original equation in the front of our notes, when we talk about retail price, this here is basically the 1 plus the 0.15. So the 100% plus the 15%. Okay, so when we're doing this, it's going to be retail price, which is $180. That equals the 1 plus the market percent. So this is going to be 1.15, and it's going to be multiplied by the wholesale price, which we don't know. So we're going to leave that as X. So then we're going to divide both sides by 1.15. And so 180 divided by 1.15, that equals $156.52. Okay? Which makes sense. So if you were to take 156.52 and multiply it by 1.15, you should get something very, very close to 180 because I rounded. So, last example. Here it says when you use a 15% coupon off the original price of your headphones, you pay $27. I want to know the original price. So we can go back to sales price. So sales price stated that it's going to be 1 minus the discount, which is 0.15 multiplied by the original. I don't know, so I leave it as X, and it's going to equal $27 because that's how much you paid. So from here, 1 minus 0.15, that gives me 0.85. X equals 27. 27 divided by 0.85 gives me X equals $31.76. $31.76. I'm sorry. And that is being able to use percent applications. Hope this helps. Until next time.